Right, we've made it back out, back down on the private claim, and we're trying out the new toys.
I like it.
Vacuum cleaner for the soil.
Just cleaning out your swimming pool.
Another rock stuck in the... Still filling it up though. Oh, I think it's just stopped. Flow's just stopped, I think. Still sucking?
Yep.
Alright.
What I do is I put my hand over it.
Yeah, well that should in theory
Block it.
unblock it. It is only small.
Yeah.
There's only a little bubba. Yeah, well, because I've bent this.
Probably not helping today, really straight.
Because I've got it bent to fit in the tank, so I'll make a proper tank up to actually make it right so it comes out properly. Yeah, you're getting a few too many big rocks going through there by the looks of it. It stopped? Oh no, it's still going. A little jet of water just running in there. I think it's leaking air in that top there, I think. And there's quite a bit of material in there. Water pretty well. It seems to be working. Still sucking it up?
Yep.
Alright. So yeah, I'll just have to put a wee gauze on that front of that, eh? Oh, it's probably full. Yeah, it's pretty full. You just see in there. That's working a treat, man. That's gobbling that up like... That is mint. I get a gauze on the front of that. Just clear some rocks. That's just sucking that flat out. Full. I think she's full in there. Just have a look. Quite. I think if anything, this filter's possibly a wee bit too small, too fine. And I think that's blocking it a little bit, but we'll see. Might be a combination of a couple of things at the moment. But considering this is its first maiden voyage, I'm quite pleased. It seems to be working very well. Like I say, a lot of things aren't ideal, like having a 90-degree bend there isn't ideal, but I'll sort that for the next time. Watch how fast this sucks all this up. Let it go. Yeah. That's just eating it. There we go. It's got some serious suck power for a little 1 inch. Give her another go. Watch this. Actually, what I'll do is I'll put you underwater and you watch it. Set the little sluice up and I run that concentrate that we went through and did with that little sucker. This is what come out. So I put the concentrate through here, so you can see all through here. Gold there, gold there, all down here, there. There's a couple of good bits just in there somewhere. Can't quite see them, but that's working pretty good. Right in the middle of the screen there's all bits of gold. Couple nice bits there. Bits there. So the concept of this seems to be worked pretty good. See I've got a nice big V, but the only trouble is which is where I thought it was going to be, which is basically in between here and here, becomes a dam and slows it right down, and that's where the V is, concentrated V, right there. So what I might have to do is just make this about that much longer, maybe, just to make sure that nothing's fallen off the end. We'll stick my jade sluicing behind mine, and we'll just do runs of it through this, and then and see what I'm missing down this end. But at the moment it seems to be collecting nicely in this V here. And see, I made this up so I can set the water height, so I can set how fast this is running through here. This is running pretty quick at the moment, which I probably need to push that down a wee bit further, but I might have to play around with that just to get it to work right. But the beauty of this is I don't have to do anything to it. Like, you don't have to put rocks around it, you don't have to jam anything in it. It can have holes everywhere, and it just flows beautifully. So it's almost full right to the top, but I just set that front lip, and then it just pours through, takes everything that's in front of here, exactly how I thought it was going to work, and then it just runs. You can just set the speed of this by moving that front lip in or out. So at the moment that's running is pretty good, I'd say. But yeah, like I say, we'll just have to make sure that see what we're missing off the end of here. So we'll set up and we'll come back once we're all up and going. Alrighty, back soon. And Jade's having a bit of a pan. Yeah, water's really low. Probably the lowest I've seen it in here. So yeah, anyway. Oh, the riffles I had in there are too high. They slowed this end down too much. It was too slow. So yeah, so I'll end up I'll have another play with those, I think, and yes, make them a wee bit less steep. But anyway, right out. I'll be back soon. Here's what we got. Probably a couple of hours. Not too bad. A couple of good bits in there.
Time for a swim.
Not too bad. Couple of hours of it, couple of hours work. Tried the new sluice, seemed to work okay. Sort that out and we'll go for a swim. Back at home, so yeah, no, wasn't too bad a wee trip really. So yeah, I'll show you exactly what we got. Not too bad for maybe a couple hours work, 2-3 hours. So it's not horrible. There's quite a lot of fines all through here. You can see them down into my finger there. So there's actually quite a lot in there. But I'll weigh it up, dry it out, weigh it up, and I'll come back, show you exactly what I got. Alrighty. And they're off. Do. Not too bad. Well, let's see what that weighs up at. Right, just attenuate it. Now it's hot. .25. Well, it's not too bad. More to the tally. Yeah, it's about 0.28. Maybe if I breathe harder on it. Anyway, yeah, so that's all good. Alright, hope you enjoy it. We'll catch up with you next one. Cool. Alright, thought I'd give you an update. This is the day after. This is the Monday morning. We were sluicing yesterday, so I've just made this at work this morning. I've actually got the rest of the day off, so I've actually just made this up. So it's going to hook into there. So I've taken the front off, which was this piece. So this was in there, clips into that. Basically it goes into there. So I've taken that off, and what I've got to do is I'm actually going to stick this into there, and then that's going to slide up nice and tight right up to the end there, like that. And then you can see a line there. I'm going to cut that and I'm going to put it back on here, so it'll come, so it'll be hard against that. Basically it'll come back on an angle, so when you clip that in, it'll, when you're pushing this down harder, it'll lock it in. And then I'll make a I think I'll just make something, a pin or something that'll go across here to keep that there once that's actually locked in there. But it's nice and solid, doesn't seem to move. This is out of 3mm alley, so it's quite solid, robust. And then what I'll end up doing is, this was my hose, so what I'll end up doing is I'll make a hole in here and I'll put a spigot out here, so it'll be, you know, yay long and stainless, and then this will just be on there permanently, so then that'll just lock into there and it can stay there, and then that can be all sealed up. And then what'll happen in here is I'll put a little rubber gasket around here, so the harder you push down on that end, the more this will seal, because it's actually got quite a good wee, when you take that off, if you can see on the end of here, it's actually got quite a good wee seal all the way around here. It sort of runs all the way around the outside edge of that, so I'll seal onto there, and then that, once that goes into there, that'll just lock up. And then what I'll probably do is I'll put a couple wee slides down here so this can't move, so it'll be nice and flat against this end and locked in this end, so it can't move this way. And then I'll put something so it actually, whether I put something on the side so it just pushes on here and you sort of turn it around and it locks it in, or something like that anyway. But this will be on an angle, so I'm just going to be able to cut that and sort that out. So I've got that over here. So then, yeah, so then this will go sort of in there, like that, on an angle, and that'll make my box. And then what I did is I made this. This is going to be my nozzle. So I don't know if you can see it very well, but that's, I've shrunk it down so it sort of goes. See how it's shrunk in there? So this is only about 16mm across here now. So now that just goes up my pipe. So when you see my pipe, yeah, so yeah, so this just slides in there now, slides up and then up to the end of there, and then locks in. So once that's locked in there, then that's going to be my nozzle. So then it doesn't matter what goes up here, it should always go all the way up this pipe, because this is 25mm inside, whereas this is only going to be 16mm across there. So that should solve my problem of you know, jamming up in the pipe. And then plus it's going to be a straight line, you know, it's just going to go straight and then into the end of there. So, and that's just up on a slight angle, so when all this material goes in, it should fill in up to the bottom, so I should get a lot of material in there, because you can't obviously come right up to over the top of this, the little gauzy bit. So yeah, once that sort of fills up, I mean, even if you're getting, you know, from the bottom of that all the way down to the bottom of there, that's still quite a lot of material that you're just sucking up off the ground. And especially if it's not jamming and you can just suck it away, and it's going to go quite quick. That new battery I did, that worked mint. That worked very well. That didn't even, I did that for maybe, oh, no, it didn't go very long, but it didn't even budge on the actual on the volts on that. So yeah, so I end up used my TIG and my welding gear and all that over here. I end up using that to weld those screws up, and I'm just about to use that to weld the ends on these. So it's an it's an AC/DC TIG, so it'll do alley and normal stainless, whatever you want. So yeah, so I'll come back when I've done a bit more on that and let you know how it goes. Alrighty, catch you soon. That's a wee box. That sits nice and hard against the back there, nice and hard against the front. So a bit more of an update. I've just finished doing the sluice part. I've just extended it by that much from there to there. So it's about was that 400 odd from there to there. And then I've put this in here, which just clips in there, it comes out, but that's to keep tension on that so it doesn't buckle in and out, because I found if this is concaved, you know, like it's going up and over like a hill, it actually performs better in here and seems to make that V a lot nicer than if it's concaved. So yeah, so I stuck that in there, so that's all good. And this is all removable. It's just got wing nuts on here, and you can actually slide this right over. So I can actually put it right over. So I can just sort of sit like that. If you have a look down here, there's actually a wee lip. Put a lip on it. So about a 5mm lip between here and here. So basically when that's underneath, if anything goes out and under, just put that up there like that. So if you look down there, so it's got a wee lip, and I've left an area that's actually free down here. So there's nothing in there, so if anything backs up it just falls into here and gets stuck in here. So, but that's all underneath, so as you can see when it goes over, then the other piece comes in. And I can just set this then, so I can either have it right up or right down. Sort of, I can set it to wherever I want to make that work properly. Haven't finished this piece off yet. I'll leave that for now. Seemed to work alright. I'll just have to alter that later. But yeah, that should make it a bit better anyway. So it just makes it a slightly longer, not by too much, but should all help. So yeah, so I'll try that soon. Alrighty. Cool.